We need to feel the fierce urgency of now. Barack Obama echoed the words of Martin Luther King Jr. today as he told Americans it's time to do something about guns, something he's never really been able to do, not even after the murders of 20 children at Sandy Hook Elementary.
Every time I think about those kids, it gets me mad.
Today, he used his executive powers bypassing Congress to tackle the issue that has dogged his presidency.
These kinds of terrible, tragic events are happening with too much regularity.
And we're going to have to come together and take meaningful action to prevent more tragedies like this, regardless of the politics.
We are confronting yet another mass shooting.
This is a political choice that we make. To allow this to happen every few months in America. Somehow this has become routine.
So will the changes Obama announced today work? The CBC's Paul Hunter has the story for us. Paul.
Peter, Barack Obama has spoken often about changing gun laws in this country, and in the past, he's been clear on how he feels about gun violence here, but never so clear as he was today. From San Bernardino to Charleston to Newtown, name your American city, and it's if there's a massacre to match. And if not in a massacre, thousands of Americans are killed by guns every year in this country regardless. 30,000 annually.
Thank you.
At the White House today, surrounded by victims of gun violence, Barack Obama tried again to do something about it.
We are the only advanced country on earth that sees this kind of mass violence erupt with this kind of frequency. And instead of thinking about how to solve the problem, this has become one of our most polarized partisan debates.
Any guns on you today?
Obama's biggest step today, closing the so-called gun show loophole, ending a practice by which many in such places can sell guns to buyers without conducting background checks. But even in tweaking the rules, in a country where for so many guns equal freedom, Obama was careful to underline,
this is not a plot to take away everybody's guns. You pass a background check, you purchase a firearm.
Obama has tried before and effectively failed to further toughen gun laws. Today, he acknowledged broad changes will not come on his watch, even though if Americans act as they have for years, another 30,000 will die by guns before he leaves office. At one point today, in a remarkable moment, Obama, visibly shaken, recalled the 20 children shot to death in that massacre in Newtown.
First graders. And from every family who never imagined that their loved one would be taken from our lives by a bullet from a gun. Every time I think about those kids, it gets me mad.
He then addressed voters directly, urging them, still in tears, to press for more.
All of us need to demand a Congress brave enough to stand up to the gun lobby's lies. All of us need to stand up and protect its citizens. All of us need to demand governors and legislators and businesses do their part to make our communities safer.
Underlining the challenge, barely had Obama finished talking when the National Rifle Association weighed in, calling Obama's words condescending rhetoric in vowing to keep up the fight for gun rights. Peter.
Paul, does anyone think Obama's steps today are going to make any difference when it comes to gun deaths?
Well, as Obama put it, you gotta try. Would any of this have prevented any of the recent mass shootings in this country? Probably not. Might it prevent even a single gun death in the future? Maybe, and that's the point. You got to start somewhere. So likewise, his message to voters in this election year to stand up and be heard in pressing for more change. Peter.
All right, Paul. Thanks very much. Paul Hunter, just outside the White House tonight.